This video assumes you have already set up the board, selected 5 races to invest in, and each player has a player guide, their initial 25 gold, as well as 3 development tiles. Over the course of the game, you will all be investing in as many or as few of the mercenary races as you like. The object of the game is to be the warlord with the most gold by the end of the game. Turns consist of 2 phases: developing terrain, and then mercenary actions. To develop terrain, place one of your 3 development tiles on the board so that the terrain matches the terrain on the board. When placing development tiles, one of 4 things may happen. You might start a new camp, expand an already placed camp, collect a mist token, or start a conflict between 2 placed camps. To start a camp, you need to place a development tile connected to other unclaimed development tiles or mist tokens so that it creates the shape of any off-map camp. Note that the terrain type does not have to match the terrain types of that camp. Only the shape matters. After placing the camp on the board, you collect one of their contracts for free. Then, be sure to move their strength marker off of the Not On Camp section to the spot that indicates how many of their preferred terrain types have been developed. Once a camp is on the map, it can be expanded. This can increase the strength of the camp as well as the value of its contracts. This tile contains 1 mountain. Since orcs' preferred terrains are mountains and fields, this advances the orc on the strength tracker up by 1 level. If you place a tile so that it connects a camp to a mist token, the player who placed that tile collects that mist token. On the underside of each mist token is a symbol that denotes how it can be used. You will find on the back side of your player aid is a guide that tells you what each of the mist tokens do. You may use 1 mist token per turn, even immediately after collecting a mist token. Used mist tokens are discarded, and unused mist tokens are worth 3 gold at the end of the game. If a development tile connects 2 camps, a conflict occurs. Flip this tile upside down for the moment to indicate there is a conflict. The player placing the connecting tile declares 1 camp to be the attacker. Attackers will win on ties. Now all players who have either contracts will determine how many of those contracts they wish to contribute to the conflict. Players may contribute to one side or even both sides of the conflict. Only one of these 2 camps will remain on the board at the end of the conflict. The remaining camp will claim all of the connected territory. To determine which side wins, first we look to the strength tracker and compare each camp's strength. In this conflict, leprechauns and orcs are of equal strength initially. Once all contributions are ready, everyone reveals their contracts at once. For every contract contributed to the conflict, the strength of that camp is temporarily increased by 1. The camp with the greater total strength is victorious, and the defeated camp will be returned to its deck. Before removing the losing camp, all players who contributed contracts must discard at least half of them rounded up per faction. The discarded contracts are returned to the respective decks, and the players receive their sell price. Now, the losing camp is moved to its deck, the connecting development tile is placed face up, and the strength standees are moved to their new positions on the strength tracker. If a mist token was revealed as a consequence of the battle, the player who placed the connecting development tile collects that mist token. On the second part of your turn, you may either buy up to 3 contracts of any of the factions that have their camp on the map, paying their current value. Or you may use one of your collected contracts for its faction ability. See the race reference sheet for how each ability works. Note that all abilities scale with how powerful the camp is. You can find this race reference in the back of the standard rules. When you use a contract, you will return it to its deck and receive its current sell price, then perform its action. Here is a quick summary of each faction's abilities. Humans allow you to draw and place more tiles. Ents allow you to move tiles around within a camp. Leprechauns allow you to gain extra gold based on another player's collected contracts. Orcs allow you to blight other factions' development tiles and reduce their strength. And the undead allow you to purchase contracts from camps that are not placed on the map. The end of the game can be triggered in one of two ways. One way is if a second camp reaches maximum strength. A second way is if any player attempts to draw a development tile and there are none available. Once the end is triggered, the round will play out so that every player has had an equal number of turns. Upon concluding the round, all players cash out their collected contracts at their end game value. Also, players collect 3 gold for every unused mist token. Then sum the total gold. The player with the most gold is the winner.